Okay guys, welcome back to part 2 of the GR Research and Nxtreme build. As I told you in part 1, we ran into some initial challenges with the baffles being damaged. I'm trying to fix them, but I'll get back to that in a little bit. Modest success, but it doesn't look like anything's going to come of that. And Jay, thanks to him, he's going to send me a new set, so I'm just practicing on that to see if I can salvage them if possible. But anyway, getting to what I'm taking on next is using Duratex white as my finish. And I know this is an LOL thing for a pro painter to think of painting your speakers like this, but I love black and white, so the drivers and the baffles black, mostly black color against the white, I think looks good. And then I did the finish. I like this textured because for a novice painter like me, this makes it real easy to cover up flaws that my lack of skill. You know, I can do a basic W and cover, and that's about it. And even I was stupid last night. I started doing it, but without taping there's holes here for dowels and screws for where the baffles will connect, and so I started painting without that. I had to hurry up and wipe it off and tape it up, and so obviously I got to do another coat. This is just the first coat, but this is really exactly what I wanted, because nobody will be able to tell flaws, and even if there are little nicks or something in the actual MDF or flaws, you know, if I could have salvaged these, you know, this would hide some of those divots and cracks pretty easily, because it's not a polished, sanded, multiple coat finish gloss like an automotive finish. So again, this is going to work for me. Probably won't work for some of you looks wise, but anyway, walking through what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do each piece individually. I'm taping off the ends that are going to have glue on them as they fit inside the baffles. These are braces, and then I'm going to cut off the blue tape here, because the exterior will be open to the rear of the speaker. So and then I will add a little more blue tape along the insides. This folded over a little bit, but I'm going to add a little bit more to cover the groove lengths, so that hopefully the glue will only be touching MDF and not any of the Duratex surfaces or impact the dry fit that supposedly went well. So this is my thought process. I'm not saying any of this is the way to go, because I haven't done it before and I'm a total novice, so feel free to chime in if you see me doing something stupid and making a mistake. And that's why I'm probably going to upload this video now, before I show too much more, because I will welcome any feedback to the contrary. Also, it's good to get some little tips that I think I'm using. This box that the baffles came in, really working out good under my sawhorses, because one thing I want to show you, this is the Duratex roller, and this thing is very porous, and they tell you to dip it all in the Duratex, get it really loaded up, and then start your thing. But this roller, this stuff literally goes flying everywhere. Already my sawhorse is full of splatter, and my clothes were, so don't wear anything you don't want to ruin if you're using this type of roller. So instead of ruining a table or anything or having to coat it, I'm just using the box. It gives me a really long surface. I can do a lot of them, and then with a pencil I can pull these to the edge real easy and do the ends, you know. So this, you know, I'm hoping this turns out really well for me. The other things I would recommend, you know, getting some soap, Castile soap and water. I got a bucket somewhere. You know, you want to clean this brush. This is an expensive thing, so you want to keep using it over and over during the process, cleaning that and keeping tack cloth. I'm going to have some other things here. I've got the acid brushes for doing the gluing. I've got some more tack cloths, you know, if I want to do the filler and try to repair. I've got that. A box for all of the sundry screws and dowels that I'm covering up on the base. And then you probably need some gloves, and this is always good to trim off some of the blue tape. So anyway, hope that is helpful. Hope you can help me if I'm doing something stupid, so feel free to chime in. Getting back to these, this one held the glue fine. I can pick this one up and there's no flex, there's nothing noticeable. And this one had a lot of damage, but I'm able to pick it up, move it, and it feels really strong. I was almost, optimistic I could actually use these still, but then these two became problematic. This one, I've tried to glue it 2 times and it's just, something's warped and it's very tough to clamp. It doesn't have the long clamp such that the clamp actually works. It's just a very narrow area to get a clamp on it, and it's just not holding. This one had all the way through, literally the whole thing was cracked, and then this part came off. I gotta redo that. So I just don't think these 2 pieces are going to be salvageable. But again, props to Jay for taking care of me and getting me some replacements. I will say, shipping wise, these things are so long and so much is cut out, and there was no damage to the ones that are full. So I almost think the only thing Jay could probably do is fill these up with the piece that's cut out for shipping, or wrap it really tight with the big panels to make it where there's no way this thing flexes, even if it's hit with something that's, who knows, it could have been a big UPS man that stood on the box and flexed it, and I could easily see that happening. But it has to be able to withstand a lot of weight, because this thing does flex really easy, and that's what I'm afraid of in traumatic shipping conditions, that this can happen again, because so much material is being CNC'd out of here. I actually had the exact same problem with my previous speakers. If you saw my other video, I'll show you real quick, since I don't have much else to show you at this point. I'll show you what happened, the exact same thing, or relatively the exact same thing. Hey, anybody want Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas LP? Not being used. Good deal on it. So this came in a box. These are modified sound lines that I've extensively modified since. I've ripped the grills off. They came damaged in a box, long box, thin. These are thin panels, and you can see here, totally cracked. I did wood filler. The piece actually came totally out, and I had to put it in there and glue it. But I've had resonance problems ever since with that. You can see I'm using like a no-res type material, using bungee cords to control resonance in these things. They just got all out of whack. This one's especially bad. This one has a resonance down here. I've had to really jimmy rig it, and so ironically I had contacted Jay because I had so much problems with this. Here's another crack. All this came through UPS shipping. I've had so much problems with these baffles, and I just hate cabinet resonances. I can hear it. I don't like it. It just irritates me. So what I did was I had contacted Jay, ironically, originally about having the Nxtremes made in Panzerholz, which is basically bulletproof composite type wood. And the problem is you can't CNC that stuff out with normal woodworking tools. You have to use a special company, has to do it, has to get the material, and then you can't just drill holes in it after the fact. It's like working with a full slab of aluminum, even harder. So, and it was going to be super heavy, super costly. So unfortunately Panzerholz wasn't in the cards, but the irony is that sure enough I got the MDF and it ended up cracking. So anyway, hopefully the next shipment will come in good. Hopefully everything else goes good, but stay tuned for more.